there, friends. It's spiritual advisor Francesca. Thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube channel and clicking on this video. Thank you guys so much for waiting for the updates. I've had a lot of wonderful transformations in my life, and thank you for bearing with me. Today's video is going to be on Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes love update. What's going on in their connection? How are they both thinking and feeling about each other? So let's go ahead and get right into it. Don't forget to click that like button, share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe. Okay, so I'm going to first address what's going on currently in their love life and if the rumors are true. So I'm gonna go right into it, my friends. The rumors are true. I don't know how much you guys know. I don't know much either. Some of you guys have sent me some things. However, it is true. Shawn has approached Camila. He has gifted her flowers. He has communicated with her. They have hung out. They have had sex, okay? they have had sex already. I am seeing that they both have surrendered. They're at a state where they're in full alignment of their willpower and their control, and they are not actively creating order in this connection. Obviously, there's a lot of things that are out of alignment. They still fully haven't chosen each other, but let's just say that there's a lot of talk about surrendering to the connection. I do see that in this conversation that Shawn and Camila had, okay, because they did see each other, could have been quite recently, around the 16th or something of February, but when they saw each other, Shawn was coming from a very desperate state. I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot of neediness, desire, but there was also this like desire to have his sexual needs met, his heart needs met, like, because he can't get his feelings met by anyone. He can't get himself fulfilled by anyone else, even though he's tried multiple times. He just ended up feeling void, vacancy, etc. He went up to her very apologetic, not gonna lie, extremely apologetic, obviously gifting her what he gave her, but there was this massive impression that he gave her that, like, I'm gonna show you that I love you through physical touch, and that's what he did. There wasn't that many confessions. There was more physically showing her how much he cares. So, you know, physical touch, gift exchange, quality time. Right now they're at a crossroads. Right now they're at a heavy crossroads. Oops, sorry about that. Right now they're at a heavy crossroads, and basically they are both surrendering to destiny. Spirit is saying that obviously it's meant to be, it's going to happen between them. The soul agreement is now active. It's fully active where they're both getting into alignment. But unfortunately, as of recently, there's been a decline. They both have gone through, they've been pushed to go through a spiritual awakening to kind of like realize what they still need to release in order to be together. And I am seeing that it's putting them in this position where they both feel that they have to make sacrifices in order to fully be together. So I do see them both going through a lot of soul searching, contemplation, kind of like leaving their previous illusions behind. Specifically, Shawn, he's also going through massive self-evaluation, and he's searching for the purpose in this connection. He's realizing that when he was out of touch with this connection, he was literally in mental prison. It not only made a massive impact on his emotional and mental health, but it also made a huge difference in how he saw reality. So they're both being pushed to retreat within in order to come back together. So I do see them actively in communication, which is pretty awesome. But right now there's not a lot of back and forth, and it's mainly due to them needing to put the burdens of the past behind, them needing to go through these transformations, them really needing to retreat in order to seek clarity. So I do see that there's a lot of rumors that have been going around that they both want to avoid. So I do see them being in this state of some hesitancy, some paranoia. There's a lot of paranoia between both of them. They don't want infiltrators. They don't want haters. They don't want people knowing about their connection. They really do not. They have a very strong connection that is very powerful. As you guys all know, Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello are twin flames. So they have a very important soul mission in this lifetime. But as a twin flame, as I've mentioned before, there's a lot of orchestrated challenges, specifically having people that will oppose the connection. A lot of it, sometimes it's for no reason, but a lot of it has to do with the individual's circumstances and etc. In this case specifically, sorry, that's my dog drinking water. So specifically in this circumstance with Camila Cabello and Shawn, they're both very threatened that other people are going to talk bad about Camila potentially being promiscuous, and they're going to basically, they're going to shun her. They're going to talk bad about her. And Shawn wants to be very overprotective. There's actually people that are saying specific stuff about Camila, and Shawn knows about it, and he's realizing like why certain people in his life or why certain individuals are saying certain things about Camila. And for him it's making sense, but it's helping him gather like a new perspective as to why some people don't want them together. And it's helping him have like a greater perspective, like, okay, like now I understand things a little bit differently. Now I understand why people have gave me bad advice. Now I understand, because he realizes that in order to get to his treasure, there's going to be a lot of pirates, right? So that's kind of his perspective. He's at a major crossroads where he could either choose fear or love, right? He could choose to numb himself, for the rest of the year again, or he could make multiple sacrifices. Mind you, Shawn went through like a binge drinking thing, and I do see him being very clean now. He can potentially still be drinking here and there, but I do see he's cleansed himself, right? He's purified himself. He doesn't want to go back to that. He doesn't want to go back to numbing himself. He doesn't want to go back to escaping. He doesn't want to go back to feeling like, the world's on his shoulder and like he just can't do anything about it, So I do see Shawn breaking through that crippling anxiety of what other people are going to say, but also about how he can get more vulnerable with Camila. Because mind you, when they hung out, there was a lot of physical exchange, right? Let's just say a lot of physical exchange. That's how he was displaying his affection towards her, was through physical action. And now, okay, by the way, Camila's response to everything, by the way, guys, was very different than I expected or that I would have assumed. But Camila's response to Shawn was very nonchalant. She's in this like a hierarchy, self-assured, confident position where she's just like, she'll receive him, but she's not going to chase him, let alone go back into this roller coaster of emotions, so she can prompt him to talk about how he feels. Like, because he didn't really say much. I do see he apologized, they had sex, like, I miss you, etc. But there wasn't like, I'm still in love with you. So she's giving him the impression that like yeah, like we'll talk, but like she's like making him chase. She's making him fear that like at any moment she can abandon him. And she's putting him through a lot of triggering. She's giving Shawn the impression that like there may be a missed opportunity, but she's not denying him. And I am seeing that they have a lot of, they have rekindled a lot to the point where they're both regaining trust, okay? They're both regaining that innocence of the connection. They're both regaining that purity. They're both becoming enthusiastic, inspired of what can happen. There's actually plans on traveling, and I do see them traveling over waters. So they're leaving the US, guys. So we're not gonna see them. I do see they're going to disconnect and try to retreat on their own. I do see them going over waters. It can specifically be an island. Yeah, I do feel like it's an island, but it's like they want to be dead to everyone. Like they want everyone to know that they're somewhere else other than where they're at. You know what I mean? So this is like them going hella undercover, you know, like being super strategic about where they're at in the moment. And I mean, I don't blame them, you know. Privacy is honestly one of the most valuable things nowadays, other than, you know, love and abundance and time. Privacy is so important, and they're valuing that, and they're realizing they have to do it the right way. So I do see them taking like a little rendezvous, like a little vacation together this spring. But right now they're at this space where like they realize they have to make more changes. Specifically Shawn realizes like, okay, like I really have to display to her how much I've missed her, how much I want her. So yeah, so let's go ahead and see what's going on in Shawn's head, how he's thinking and feeling about Camila. Hey star friends, okay, so let's see how Shawn Mendes is thinking and feeling about Camila Cabello, what he's thinking and feeling. So there's so much, but right in the center of the energy is he's contemplating on what he needs to release in order to get to this next phase. And that's so insane, because I literally was just channeling that he's being prompted and guided to release things that don't serve him, his fear of giving his all to her, and really taking that next step to fully come back to her and no longer be emotionally unavailable. So I do see that right now Shawn is having massive amounts of dreams, signs, and telepathic communication with Camila, which is pushing him to face his shadow when it does come to the connection. Again, they spoke, he apologized, he didn't do much confessions on a heart level, which is what he's being guided to do. But the reason why is because he doesn't trust himself to do so. He doesn't trust himself to fully release, to fully surrender. And that's what Spirit is guiding him to do, even though he showed up, even though he kind of did put himself in a susceptible, vulnerable position. He didn't fully surrender how he needed to. So Spirit is showing him that he needs to release himself from these extreme emotional reactions, this inhibition, this fear. Spirit is showing him that he needs to trust the process. Spirit is also prompting him to no longer be codependent on other people's opinions, because he's very codependent on other people's opinions, especially because Shawn Mendes is a divine masculine. He's very powerful. Sometimes powerful individuals will lose themselves, you know, in the matrix and in the midst of working with others. So this has happened to Shawn, and Shawn is being guided to no longer run from the fated decision that's meant to be made. Like, this is an inevitable decision. So he's basically facing to remove that fear and the shackles of his ego that's really giving him the reassurance he needs to come forward. So Shawn is under a lot of pressure right now. I'm not gonna lie. This pressure is making him feel uncomfortable, but it's also pushing him towards self-devotion, determination. It's pushing him towards, you know, challenging himself about proving himself to Camila. I do see Shawn making a lot of healthy choices in his life. He's focused a lot on his self-love, being happier on his own, making healthy choices for himself and the connection. Because I'm not gonna lie, Shawn is a little bit disappointed with the outcome that they had, even though they've made love, even though they contacted each other, etc., reconciled to some extent. It's not exactly where he wants. And then on top of that, he invited for her and him to like go on a trip, and she's like kind of leaving it on standby. So again, they're still in communication, but right now they're kind of going through a void. And in order for them to come out of this void, Shawn's gonna have to make a major breakthrough, meaning excessive work, excessive determination, excessive consistency towards Camila in order to actually rebuild the trust, rebuild the foundation to get towards a real union, right? At the moment, I am seeing Shawn again going through a lot of pressure, feeling like he needs to complete this cycle of feeling like, you know, the weight's on his shoulders, feeling like he is unable to actually complete this restriction. So even though there's a lot of anxiety and panic about evolving and actually getting into this new phase, he's doing it. And it's actually in relation to his family. So as he evolves certain family issues and certain internal issues, he's actually evolving the blockages between him and Camila, which is pretty awesome to see. So he's now releasing the burdens that he's been carrying on his psyche, and it's helping him release the burdens that he has with Camila. At the moment, Shawn is also going through massive amounts of realizations, epiphanies, and transformations that's helping him discover his truth. It's helping him discover, truly what he wants. It's helping him discover how he can get to point A to point B when it does come to achieving his wishes. And I do see him breaking out of certain fears and anxieties. I do see him also going through massive amounts of mental breakthroughs that are helping him break out of indecision, stalling, and just like not making a concrete decision. Shawn feels a little bit lost despite he has a plan with her. He feels a little bit lost because he expected for Camila to love bomb him when he came through and etc. Like after they got done hanging out, he expected like phone call, text. There was like nothing. So he's like, what the heck is going on? So he's like getting really enlightened on how to approach her, how to express his needs, how to assimilate and vocalize what he truly wants. And it's making him get in touch with his emotions, which is very uncomfortable, to be honest. But he's doing it, and he's going to the depth of his feelings, and he's activating his inspiration, and he's gaining hope that there is another shot at this. So I do see him realizing that he's been super self-absorbed. He's been super selfish at one point, expecting for Camila to do certain work, expecting for Camila to take the lead. So I do see him being at a space where he's like gaining order, really gaining order, gaining structure to proceed, very determined, extremely centered with the objective. And the objective is to get them on this vacation, to get them on this boat, and to cross waters, literally to cross waters and to go together, because he feels like once he has her there, it's game over. Like they're gonna, get it to the next level. They're gonna go back together. So he's like working a lot on proving it to himself, proving it to other people around him that, look, I'm changing, I'm healing. And as he does that, he's gonna be able to transfer that energy, transfer that transformation, and prove it to Camila that, like, look, I've evolved. I can wear my heart on my sleeve. I am aware of how I feel about you. I can speak on it. I'm no longer inhibiting it. I do have compassion and empathy for what we went through. I know I was wrong. I do realize that I did put you through hell. I do realize that I wasn't emotionally intelligent. I know I was running. I know I was listening to other people. I know I was listening to my ego. My dog is crying in the background. Like every time I read for Shawn and Camila, like specifically as I'm channeling Shawn, like he's always crying. Like he was not doing that when I was doing Jelena. But I'm going to end it off with what are some things that Shawn wants to tell Camila. One moment. Okay, so how Shawn is thinking and feeling about Camila, like what he wants to tell her. I'm saying he wants to say thank you. He's saying, thank you for being my best friend, even though I've pushed you away. Nobody knows me like you do. He's saying, I'm learning who I am. I feel like there's a reason we've been brought together, like we have a mission together, and I want to be a part of that, so I'm learning my lessons. He's saying that I'm afraid that when I initially walked away from you, I intended to come back, but my concern is that will you be there when I do? Like, I was running from myself. He's saying I'm numb, like I feel dead inside when you're gone, like your love lights me up and I can breathe again. And he's saying that I'm owning up. While we've been apart, I really have been learning who I am. I really have changed, and I want you to know that you can count on me to do the right thing. So this is really amplifying what I was saying earlier. But he's saying I'm enchanted, like I'm under your spell. You have completely taken me over because like I can't stop thinking about you. And he's saying I'm insecure because like you treat me better than anyone has ever treated me, and I know that you can give me everything, and I want that, but I'm still struggling with my fears, mainly about not being good enough for you or being enough for you. It's my own insecurity holding me back, but like I'm worried because I'm so afraid you'll move on, and it's keeping me awake at night. I can't lose you. But he's saying like overall, like I'm sorry, like I miss you, and I hope that you can forgive me for all the things I've done. And I know that I've hurt you very badly with my words and lack of action, but I'm truly very sorry, and it's all because of my own insecurity and fear. So he keeps amplifying like it's my own insecurity, it's my own fear, but he's not telling her these things, but this is what he would want to tell her, you know. But overall, the last thing he wants to say, he's like, I miss you, like I miss talking to you. That's why like when we see each other, we can talk for hours or on the phone. I don't want our time to end, no matter how it seems to you. So he's like really pushing to like have her. He's really pushing to like have this vacation, and he's saying, please forgive me. Like it makes me feel physically sick about how much pain and suffering I caused you. Please forgive me. So yes, Camila's still showing that standoffish energy to him, despite her receiving him, etc. Like she's acting like, oh, you got a missed opportunity with me, but he's like, I can't think straight, like you're so gorgeous to me. And yeah, so let's go ahead and see how Camila Cabello is thinking and feeling about Shawn. Hey star friends, okay, so let's go ahead and see how Camila Cabello is thinking and feeling about Shawn. Okay, so there's a lot going on, but the main thing is that she's feeling is that she's ready to receive. She's ready to receive more than give. I do see she's in this anticipation, because it does seem as though what she expected isn't exactly what she got. Yes, she got an apology, she got gift exchange, she got reconnecting with him, but she didn't get confession, she didn't get love bombs, you know. And the thing is that Camila's at this space where she's so in her power. She knows that if she utilizes her power the right way, she can basically persuade him into opening up more. But this is pushing her through a lot of anxiety, because she feels like, how could you come around, you know, show me certain things, but yet not display enough? So she's at this space where she's kind of going through a similar thing as Shawn is, like kind of like breaking through a lot of fear, breaking through a lot of anxiety, having a lot of telepathic communication. She's mainly focused on her self-worth, because old patterns that once came up in the past about not feeling good enough is coming back up again. And it's not so much because Shawn isn't making her feel good, but he's not saying the right things that are making her feel valued or making her feel like the love is enough, you know what I mean? So despite, you know, literally him inviting her to go on this vacation, she feels like, what makes you think that I will go? Like you're not even showing me that I'm worthy, like you're not even showing me enough. And I do see, not gonna lie, Camila is operating in a lot of extreme energy, but she's only operating in this energy because she's been disappointed so many times. She's been rejected. She's felt like she was not good enough. She has had like literal body dysmorphia because of their relationship, or because of the pain it inflicted on her, right? The pain it triggered on her, that like she wants more from Shawn. She realizes that there's like this, you know, indescribable sexual intensity between them, but she's like, that's not enough. Like, you need to show me more. And she's at this space where she feels like things are gonna go her way. I do see her really amplifying, affirming and declaring her desires with Shawn to the divine. She's really trying to stay optimistic about the connection, but there's like this like negotiation. She's like, okay, you want me to, you know, move forward and go on vacation with you or whatever, you need to show me more. She's in like this negotiation kind of energy where she's like, you need to show me more proof. And she's waiting for Shawn to integrate his previous lessons to show her more love, to show her more admiration, to have like a complete reckoning in this connection. So Camila's at a space where she's actually looking for evidence that he's changing. I'm not gonna lie, she does seem to be online having a lot of anxiety because there's certain individuals that trigger her that Shawn may still be associated with, and it just puts her in a position of struggle and strife. I do see her stalking him and it doesn't make her feel good. So she's going through a massive spiritual awakening that's helping her no longer repeat previous patterns, even though she's going through certain triggers. I do see her learning these lessons. I do see her taking a different route rather than numbing or running towards another man or self-sabotaging with like excessive eating or what have you. I do see her being in a space where she's trying to be neutral, she's trying to be balanced, she's using self-love as a way to help her deal with these triggers and turmoil. I do see her taking care of her emotional needs. I do see her being a little bit selfish with her time and taking care of her appearance. But she feels like this is a new beginning between her and Shawn. She also feels like this is a restart, and she's waiting for him to show her a different version of himself. Even though he's changed a lot, she's wanting more. And you know, I could tell. One second. I could tell because despite Shawn being, you know, apologetic how he was, there was still an aspect of him wearing a mask. Remember, they have a very strong connection. They have been very vulnerable with each other. I mean, they were in love, you know. So she wants to get back to that. So she's like, okay, if you want me to make sacrifices, you're going to have to get back to that energy. She does feel like she's running out of time because Shawn has already set like a certain date for the trip, and like it seems as though in order for her to comply, it's like she's not demanding like, hey, show me more love, but she's like showing it through her actions. And like he knows what he has to do, but she's like, oh my god, like is he gonna do it? Like, you know what I mean? So she's at the space where she's like trusting divine timing, really trusting God, trusting this spiritual connection, having deep faith. She's holding on to him a lot. She's so infatuated and obsessed with the love they recently made. She misses him so much, but she has to be strong. I do see her not really showing much emotions. I do see her being at a space where she's not going to play the mind games. She's not going to go back into being strategic or intimidating him with silence. Like, no, she's just like, this is how it is, and this is what I want. This is what's going to fulfill me. And you know, if you can't meet my needs, then next. You know what I mean? Like, she's very very decisive. She's very straightforward. She's being a little bit blunt to the point where he's like, it's not rude, but it's to the point where he's like, damn, like I really have to own up. You know, I really have to attain her needs, meet her needs, or else like we're not going to be able to compromise. So she has a major desire to reconcile with him, but yet she's displaying it with her behavior. Like he has to attain her standards. He has to meet her standards, or else basically they're not gonna have the pleasure anymore. So overall, I do see her in a space where she feels like, even though she has to be a little bit drastic with her decision making, she knows that this is going to emerge the courage, okay, that he needs to tap into his emotions and to speak on them. And she knows that as long as she stands in her power, she's going to get the truth out of him, and they will be able to go through this revelation. So yes, Camila does seem to be going through a massive spiritual awakening. She's missing him a lot though. She's reminiscing. She can't help but stalk him, but she's waiting for that next move. So again, I do see that around springtime they will be going on a little rendezvous. Camila still hasn't given him an answer, but I do see that she's still gonna go. But in the midst of all that, Shawn is going to make changes in how he expresses himself to her. Camila does feel as though there's still restrictions in their soul contract, because his attitude is not in alignment to the attitude that she wants him to have when it comes to the connection. So his attitude is really like, let's have fun, let's make love, let's connect, but it's not like, you're the love of my life, I love you. Like, that's what she wants, you know what I mean? That's what she wants. She wants balance, she wants reciprocity, she wants to receive, she doesn't want to give anymore. So even though they're still going to be going, let's see what's going to happen next. We're going to see what's going to happen next moving forward. So for the next video, let's go ahead and get my YouTube channel to 1,000 subscribers, and I will be posting very often if we do get to 1,000. If you want a personal reading, you can go to consciousfultarot.com. I specialize in love, relationships, spiritual life path, career, and finances. But honestly, any question you have, whether it's job related, personal life related, spiritual related, anything that you're going through, I got you. My only account on Instagram is Consciousful Tarot. There was a fraudulent account, stole my content. That's not me. I will never DM you. And yeah, for my services, you can only get it at consciousfultarot.com, or you could also email me at consciousfultarot@outlook.com. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like the video, go ahead and share it with your friends and your family. You can repost it. You could subscribe to my channel as well, like the video. And yeah, let's get Consciousful Tarot to 1K, and we'll be seeing a lot more YouTube celebrity reading videos, and yeah, all that good stuff. So thank you so much, guys, for watching my video. I really love you guys, star friends. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon. Bye now.